What is that? What time is it? No, what time is it? Oh, it's that time. What time is it where you are? I'm Matthew Jordan Smith, and today is all about time. I'd like you to do me a favor. Definitely look at your watch or time around you and ask yourself, what time is it? Take note of the time. I'll tell you more about that later on. First, I want you to know that you can see me here on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook every single week. At this time, I'll be live. Subscribe to my YouTube, please, so you can get a notification once we go live. Every week, I'll share a little bit about life in Asia, specifically Japan, and give you a lesson in photography. Today's lesson, though, goes way beyond photography, so stay with me. Let me just jump right into this. Today, I've got a lot to share with you, to go through and talk about life. I know it's a holiday for many people around the world, those who are in America, even in Japan, it's a holiday here as well. So today, I want to get you ready before you have that feast wherever you are. But first, let me just take you back to an assignment I did in China a few years ago. This is a fun assignment, so I want to share this. This is life in Asia. So a few years ago, I was hired to shoot 75 directors in China. I'd never been to China before, so I spent a month and a half shooting these 75, actually not just directors, but directors and actors and writers. And it's a fun assignment. I got to photograph all these people who are behind the camera most of the time and pull out their personality. It was a fantastic assignment. But here's the catch. Nobody spoke English, or very few spoke English, and I speak no Chinese. So photography is beyond just like words. It is another way to communicate. And I had a fantastic time photographing everybody and getting the message across we wanted to get across. We all speak the same language of visuals, knowing how to tell visuals and stories. I actually learned a lot from them because these are directors. And I had a ball doing this assignment. It was such a cool thing. I would love to do this in America, do an assignment where I shoot all the big directors, actors, and writers. Now the strike is over for all the actors, directors, writers in the States. I'd love to do something like this and forget people who've won big awards, like this person in China who won their equivalent to the Oscars. In China, it's called the Golden Rooster. And she won a Golden Rooster back in the day. It's wonderful to photograph her. She's in Shanghai. So for this assignment, I went to Shanghai, Beijing, and all over other parts of China as well. Fun assignment in a big way, because no matter where we are in the world, if you speak visual language, directors, photographers, and even writers who bring the stories together, we all speak that same language. And it was a fun assignment. Female directors, male directors, young, old. It was wonderful to get everybody there, get them in front of the camera where they're normally not, used to being, and pull out their personality. This is kind of the joy of photography when you're photographing people anyway. I loved it. Here's one writer actually photographing her in Shanghai and getting a different perspective versus being in studio for most of the shots. Here's a director that most Americans may know, very famous, and he directed the movie Farewell, My Concubine. And funny enough, this is the 30th anniversary of that movie, and they're re-releasing the movie actually this month with the director's cut. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see it. I saw it years ago, maybe 25 years ago, and really loved that movie. At the time, I had no idea I'd be photographing the director, and had a fantastic time working with him and his wife. So his wife is also, of course, in a lot of his movies. She's fantastic, beautiful, amazing actress. At the end of photographing them separately, I shot them together and got incredible images. And hopefully I'll shoot them again sometime one day. We'll see. I don't know, but I think they live in LA, or back in between LA and Beijing. And I would love to shoot them again, especially now that it's the 30th anniversary of the movie Farewell, My Concubine. Fantastic assignment. Had a lot of fun there in China. Even though I'm here based in Tokyo now and love living here, but that's my first and only time in China for that assignment. Now I'm back here in Japan and I'm going to share more about life here. But first, I want to find out if you have any questions. I'm here for you every single week to go through your questions and talk about photography and life. Now, speaking again about, there's a lot going on right now all over the world. People are having holidays. If I have any questions here, I don't see any questions yet from anyone, but I am here for you to help you get whatever you're going through in photography, in life. And I want to go back for a second and just let you know that I'm here for you no matter what. So let's dive right into this lesson, because this lesson is really important today. For those who don't know me, my name is Matthew Jordan Smith. I've been a professional photographer now for over 35 years, over 37 years to be exact, actually. And I absolutely love it. I'm also a Nikon ambassador. Love talking about the cameras that I love the best. Those are Nikon cameras, and using them all the time. Today, I want to give you an assignment. Now, this is not just for photographers. This is for everyone. We all have a camera on us in some way, whether it's your smartphone or you have a real camera or whatever. This assignment is going to be something that you will cherish forever. In the States, it is Thanksgiving evening. Many people around the world will be having, great feast, eating a lot, being around friends and family. So I want to share a story that I did a few years ago, actually 2 years ago. This is the most traveled season for many people. In America, this is the week where people travel the most, as a matter of fact. So 2 years ago, I jumped on a plane to head to see my family and went to see my father. He, at the time, had Alzheimer's, and went to see him. This is right after the Olympics, and I had all these things on my mind. I wanted to spend as much time with my father as I could and capture every moment that I could with him. It was super important to have that time and document that time. So I purchased a clock for him because he was always cognizant of time and wanted to know what time it was all the time. So I had that for him. He was in a facility to take better care of him than we could at home, 24/7. So I had a clock on his desk that told him the day, the time, up to the minute every single day. And that was important for many people who have Alzheimer's, to have that ability to see date and time. So that's by his desk. And because I had that time, I'm like, oh, it'd be a great time for me to document this time by having him hold this clock. So I know not just the day I shot it, but I know down to the minute, the second, the time. And these pictures to me now are super precious, to know the exact day, the exact time I was there with my father and getting those moments. When we think about time, we don't really take it into account, how things change from minute to minute and how your life can change from 1 second to the next. And also, what's precious about a photograph, you are freezing time. It's the only way to really do it in this way. Every second is documented when you take a picture and frozen. There's only one September 25th, 2021 at 3:02 p.m. After that minute, it's gone forever. So to freeze that moment down to the minute, down to the second, is really precious. So that's what I did the entire time I was with my father. I want to document every second of the day and have these pictures forever, because they become more precious to me, my family, and everyone as time goes by. Now, I do want to take your questions at the end, because I do have an assignment for you as well. And this assignment is special, and you will cherish this one forever. The same way I cherish these pictures of my father at this time and seeing him at this stage in life. I lost my father a little over a year ago. These pictures are extremely precious to me. All of them, even him sleeping, down to every moment of the day. Even a picture of my sister photographing me shaving my father. I really love this picture with the date behind, showing the clock, the date, the time, all that documented in the moment. Also looking at me here, I'm 70 pounds bigger than I am now. This is 2 years ago, before I started working out. To see my father in these pictures, there's no price on these pictures. They're priceless to me, and they're special. And pictures like that of you are also special. This is a picture of me photographing my father. I don't have many pictures in my life that show me photographing my father. This is one of few pictures, and I really, really love this image. And having the time there in the picture makes it just that much more special. Trust me, I know you will feel the same when you see pictures of your friends, family, loved ones that document not only them and you, but show the time, this date, this time. I started at a certain time. That time's now history. This day is about to be history as well. So your assignment, what is it? I'd like you to take a self-portrait showing the date and time. You can do it any way you want. Maybe the picture is, in your hand, like the pictures of my father, or maybe it's a clock in the background that shows the date and time, or maybe you're holding your smartphone, because with your smartphone, you have it show the date and time down to the second. But do a self-portrait of yourself on Thanksgiving. Document that time. If you want to take it a step further, one of my students told me this, do it as you're having dinner with your family. Do a selfie with your family and have somebody else show the time and date on another phone. So you have that documented of you with your family having dinner, or better yet, pull out your camera, use a remote like I'll do, and take a picture of your family showing the date and time at Thanksgiving dinner this year, 2023. Trust me, time is precious. Your time is precious. Document yourself in a self-portrait. Maybe do it with you and your family. Trust me, this makes a big, big difference. This is your assignment for this week. Now, I do have a course with many students, photography, lighting course, and I give assignments like this to my students all the time. It's not just about lighting, but about life. If you want to share your pictures, come and join me on photography lighting course. Hit that QR code. It takes you right to the sign up page. You can find the level you want to join. There's even a way for one-on-one lessons as well with me, taking you and guiding you for a year to teach you photography and photography lighting. This is how you grow, how you not only get assignments, but you get feedback on the assignments, and you get to grow along with me and people all over the world who have the same passion, photography. Now, I know you have questions, and this is your time for questions, but I do want to show you exactly what I'm talking about by having a clock of some type that you can hold that shows the date and time. It's Thanksgiving Day for me in Japan. So I'm going to take a picture of me holding this clock with the date, the time, down to the minute to tell me exactly where it is, what time it is, and where I am at this point in my life, how I look at this point in my life, and document this time. This is what I want you to do as well. This is your assignment. This is all about time, your time. Document this time, this day, down to the minute. Trust me, this picture of you and your family, even having dinner, showing the time, will become very precious to you years from now. As a matter of fact, it will get more precious as time goes on. Okay, I see we do have a question here. Aaron Woods in Tokyo. How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you here. Regular 9 to 5 job. And as you know, it gets dark early during winter. Yes, it does. Here in Japan, by 4:30, it's dark now. How do I create more time for taking photos after work? I love that question, Aaron. So forget about the time of day and having light. I know it's easier taking pictures in daylight for sure, but even taking pictures of yourself with the existing natural light at night. I just came off of a movie set where I was a still photographer and we're shooting 16, 18-hour days, and of course, many times at night. And there's always light. I know we think about the sun being our main type of light or daylight, but even the light from night is quite beautiful. So you take your ISO and go much higher than you would during the daytime and document. And here we are in Tokyo, where there's lights everywhere. The city of lights, it's really Tokyo. It's not Vegas, it's Tokyo. So at night, shoot with the street lights. Find light, look for light. It's everywhere. Use that and take your pictures to that next level. And I'd love to see what you're doing and hear about it as well. Jane James says, good question. Yes, that is a great question. So go through and take pictures of your family at night, at the dinner table, with the house lights in your home. Don't even worry about lighting it like a photographer. Photograph it the way it looks naturally. There's always light around. If there's not, we can't see anything. But get accustomed to seeing light in every situation, wherever it's coming from, looking for the shadows, seeing where they come from. It does make a difference. For the pictures of you and your family, the self-portrait, don't even worry about lighting it correctly as it is in reality. Get those pictures, make them special. I have another picture question here coming up from David. What if you aren't comfortable being in front of the camera? David, I love this question. Many people are not comfortable being in front of the camera. I'm one of them. I'm always behind the camera. I don't like being in front of the camera. But when you are not comfortable, it's great to have a camera on, say, a small tripod off to the side and have a remote. My family knows that I take pictures everywhere, but they hate me taking pictures nonstop all day, all night. So I'll put a camera on the corner, face it toward the dinner table. It's quiet, it's stealth, and I'll use a remote as I'm eating, taking pictures of everybody. And nobody even knows. So they're being themselves without posing. I don't like pose pictures most of the time, especially when it's like a slice of life. So a remote in your hand and your camera off to the side, taking those pictures are great. You can even use today your phone as a remote to take pictures. I have a Nikon camera. I've got the Nikon app on my phone. I can take pictures with the app from my camera and get those moments. So if you're not comfortable having your own picture taken, this is a way to stretch and grow and get better day by day. When you force yourself to do things that you aren't comfortable doing, that's when you grow. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday. So every day when you wake up, you want to be better than you were the night before when you went to sleep. That's the goal. So push yourself to get out of your comfort zone and do those things that today you may be uncomfortable with. Tomorrow, that will change totally. I love that question. Thank you for asking that one as well. Let me see if I have any other questions here before we end today. I really like taking pictures of, this is from Aaron. I love taking pictures of people, but being away from my family and having busy friends, how can I take more pictures of people? So you don't have to take pictures of people who you actually know. One good practice, one of my good friends and I go out all the time taking pictures of people on the street. Street photography is a big deal all over the world. Paris, New York, yes, here in Tokyo. Get out and just photograph people. Those pictures also, years from now, become really, really special. I've got pictures I shot from my first trip coming to Japan back in 1999. And those pictures that I took for granted back then are really special now. Go out and shoot people, photograph people, not shoot, photograph people the way they are. And you'll get better and better practicing in this way as well. The more you do it, the better you get. I love that question. Thank you for that one. Rico, how you doing? Love the images of my father. Thank you so much, Rico. You're his twin. I love that as well. Where did you purchase the clock? So actually, I purchased that clock online. So on Amazon, you can find clock. Again, has had Alzheimer's. I want to make sure I can find a clock that can give me the date, the time down, and show me like, okay, is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? I love that. Also, people who have Alzheimer's, the light can bother them. So at a certain time, the colors get dimmer, the light gets dimmer. I love that about it as well. So that was great to have in his room, to have that clock become bright in the daytime when it's bright and then get darker in the evening. So it was easier on him, but still give him the time of day and the time. So you can find that clock on Amazon, easy to find for sure. I love that one, and I'll be using that one a lot more. As you know, this clock for me means now more than it did when I first purchased it, and I love it. And I have now several of these around for that reason, because I think when me and my family, when we see this clock, we have this memory now that's connected to this clock. Super special to have, and take pictures of me now in Tokyo with it. So thank you very much for that, Rico. Thank you. Let's see if we have any other questions here today. I think we are good. So I'm gonna have a sip of my green tea. Green tea for my health. Must have this every single day, every morning, every evening. Thank you all for your time. Please take your self-portrait. Make sure you include your family if you can. If you can do it on Thanksgiving, even better. Document this holiday in a different way. You'll be very happy years from now that you did. I see more questions coming in. Let me just get to these questions here. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, James Horn, how you doing, cuz? How you doing? Good to see you here. I love seeing family pop in. It's always good to seeing you guys and knowing, wow, I'm about to get emotional too, so I don't want to do that, but I'm going to fight it for a second. Yeah, pictures of my father are special to me and my family in a big, big way. The same way your family is important to you. Take the time, take those pictures, please. You're gonna be very happy you did. Sade, how you doing? How's it going? Do I have my favorite focal length for shooting a beauty shoot? I actually do. My favorite focal length, lens-wise, it's funny. I used a new lens yesterday. I used an 85, the brand new 80. Well, it's been up like a year now. The Nikon, the Nikkor 85 1.2. I used that yesterday. For many people who know me, you know I love my 105, 1.4. Those are incredible lenses for beauty portraits. I'd say the 85 for portraits, period. The 105 for beauty portraits. Those two lenses absolutely rock. Thank you for asking that question, Sade. Yes, those are my go-to lenses. And I like fixed glass. I don't like zooms as much. Of course, they're great to have at times, but my preference is to have a fixed focal length. That's where I love to live. All right, everyone. Good seeing you here. Look forward to sharing a lot more with you very soon. Happy holidays. Be safe and get that portrait done. Your self-portrait showing the time, the date, the whole 9 yards. All right. Have a great one, everyone. Good seeing you here. Happy holidays wherever you are in the world. I'm signing out for now. Oh, I see one more guest came in. Let's see, from Aaron. Oh, what focal length do I use for street photography? That's a great question. I actually use my 105 a lot for street photography. I do love that lens. That one is my personal favorite lens for street photography as well. All right, everyone. Good seeing you all. Have a great holiday season, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone. See you next week.